when I was really young, I had this cover. It was a book, and it had these. I kept this chart and color code. I'm like, oh, this thing is so cool, this Heathkit thing. And this was the Heathkit that my father and his father built together. I don't have the organ. I don't know who has it. It's probably, went to some Valley Village. But if you have a GD 983 in the Ontario region, please let me know. I will happily come grab it from you. And this was a kit. And you could buy it and populate it and, how to sort, what type of screws, different catalog, parts lists, just absolutely beautiful documentation, like well done, well documented, how the pedals work, how the, spacers work, how to align it. Some of the glues letting go, how to, the different potentiometers, the different sockets, the different, what the boards will look at, how to assemble it, like literally a step-by-step type of manual and how to do this thing. So pretty cool. I thought that was a pretty cool little souvenir to have. I remember as a kid poking my head in here, not so much getting electrocuted, but I could smell this thing if I think hard enough. But I've got the schematics for it and another one. So there is, I think it's 2 parts. They're nice big schematics, but there was a big bus board at the back, kind of like every organ, and there was like a tone wheel kind of module for every note. So so they had every tone generator. So it had a little oscillator, and then it would do a divider, second divider, third divider. So it would do, and then I think this is a percussion. I don't know. But you'd have vibrato input, so every card would vibrato the same. So you would have something that would just modulate the input of this transistor to go with it. So, and then you had an oscillator like master tuner, and then you had these different dividers that fed different parts of different part of the voicing. Then there was pedals, right? So you had the pedal, and then you had percussion for each one of those. Low F input, pedal input. And then they had some special packages. Divider. Okay. PEC 801. This one isn't percussion. I thought this was, but it was like a system on a chip. So look, it's like a divider built into it. Oh, good luck fixing that. Then here, it goes on the bus, and there's all the different keys, all the different swell layers on, and then they talk about how these are all bussed together in different groups. Oh, another custom chip, 401. Oh. Then you have some filters. Okay, these are kind of cool. So signal goes through, an RC network for flute. So, I guess low frequencies wouldn't pass. So it would just be high frequencies that pass in this capacitor. And then you get into the lower stuff, and then it's inductor based. You got some, 4-foot flute, right? So you want low frequency to pass and high frequency to disappear. Swell flute preamp. So there was some kind of other something that modulated something else. I don't know if that one has a back. And then they had different things like the vibrato circuit. This is exactly how I remember it as a kid. So there was, a little thing that opened up, and there was, like these little cheek blocks. So they called this a percussion circuit. And then it had swell voicing and great voicing and all that stuff. And then there was a percussion, right? So kind of like a Hammond kind of esque type of thing where each key would trigger a percussion. What else did they have? Full power amp built into it. Vibrato oscillator that would then feed back to all the master cards. Leslie speaker, on a socket, which is kind of cool. So all the speed, the tremolo, everything was controlled by the organ. So if you did have a real Leslie, you could do that. Oh, what am I going to do with it? Probably nothing. I might steal some filters, filter design. But one of the things I got with it, I want to build. So this is something I do want to build for my little modular setup. But this is a drum machine. So there's is it this one? One of these is a drum machine. And in it are very, very simple, this is a drum board. So you take your trigger, generates a bass drum, boom, and then voltage comes in, and then you have your audio out. And audio out goes to a bus. So you have bass drum, block, bongo, clave, bongo 2, castanet. That one's a little bit more complicated. Castanet's got a multi-vibrator. And then over here on the cymbal board, there is a brush cymbal driver, a drum roll driver, drum roll plus snare strike tone oscillator, and then a crash cymbal. So I look at these and they're like pretty simple, 10 component crash cymbal. So, and then there's some noise voicing that goes in with it. So they had like a little tiny noise generator that goes into this cymbal board as well. So pretty cool, little drum machine. But if I ever found one of these, what is this? This is a Thomas Heathkit band box model TOA 67-1. You can just take all of these and just trigger each one of those, and it's just like a Heathkit crappy organ sound, but totally driven by modular stuff. Anyway, it's fun stuff. I really love looking through these old drawings, and maybe I'll scan them, or maybe I'll scan the schematics so I don't destroy them. But it's like 600 pages just for building an organ. It's always better to be an organ donor than an organ receiver. That's for sure.